I'm taking Monday off today, so I'm going to build the next pegboard mount. So 27 by 51 is what the existing one is. So, and then it has to be a 1/2 inch back. So the pegboard has to be a 1/2 inch back so you can get the pegs in there. But I'm going to order this a while ago. My strain relief ain't relieving. She's done. So I got a new one. So I'm going to take this apart first and get that going. Then we'll start on that. And then my father's bringing his truck over. He's got some weird sounds underneath there. He just bought a new one to him, and he should be here in about an hour and a half. So, okay. Well, first this whole thing came off, and I'm looking down there going, "That's not good." Wire nuts. I don't know where the other one goes. But then I realized that this piece come apart, and I got the 2 wire nuts here, so I just need the 2 new wire nuts out here. Slide the old one off. Slide the new one. Where'd you go? It's just here. Well. That's embarrassing. Well, when I find the new one, wherever it went, it was just here. Might have to go look at the video. And we'll go ahead and get this guy on there. How did I lose it? It's just right here. Okay. You gotta go off camera. Well, I didn't record it. What you didn't see is my father's truck here. We got up in the lift. He was complaining of some rattling sounds. I literally hit things with the rubber mallet until we found nothing. I did check the transfer fluid case and it was low. It was like my finger went down and couldn't feel anything. So we opened that up and drained that. Had to buy some MTF oil. Some enhance. It's full synthetic, but it's weird. It's a transfer case fluid, so I didn't have any of that. It's especially Ford XL12. Never heard of that, so that was fun. And then you got to pump that in there. But then I found he suspects is, and I believe is a running board bolt. So through the frame there was 2 bolts sticking down, and when I jiggled that, they were just kind of floating around, and the bolts are about that long. So he got it out, but it didn't come out easy. It had to be articulated around. I think that was the issue. Then I went around and took rust converter with a paintbrush and did the frame. His is a 2011, so it has the normal amount of rust. That's gotta go. So anyhow, our neighbor didn't want to, but said she didn't want the rocks underneath her porch. So we got these rocks, and Joe swapped around some bigger rocks over there. I power washed those rocks, which is why the power washer is out. Then she decided to come over here, and she's rearranging this, and then there's more rocks over there. So basically 2 wheelbarrows full of flat rocks, and they're sandstone. I think these are old sidewalks, actually, from Hiram back in the day before they did concrete. They just used, sandstone. There's a dog. So I'm going to sharpen the blade on the old lawnmower and then get to work on my car and replace that bad ABS sensor, at least the one I think that's bad. Those are empty. Actually, the old lawnmower blade's not doing too bad. It's got a few kinks in there. I'm sure the owner ran over a few things. I know I did. Enhance. Yeah. Well, she ain't horrible, but she ain't perfect. So we'll go ahead and do that. I do that in the grinder. I just count and kind of go across and just try to evenly take off the same amount of material. Well, it's Tuesday. We got to go to work. Yesterday I replaced the brake sensor on my driver's rear side. And the reason why is because on the interwebs it says if your speedometer starts working, it's that sensor that drives that. I did notice something cute is when I go backwards, it actually reads miles per hour. And in the computer, there's actually forwards and backwards. So that's kind of neat. Because you always wonder, how fast am I going backwards? So every day I drove this last week, the speedometer would die 3/4 of the way home. It would just go come. So I'm going to leave it in a disabled state and see if that actually happens, if the speedometer, and it didn't matter if it was raining or sunny out, it had both. So that's my test. So if that works, then I'm going to clear the codes. Problem is, with the codes cleared, I can't do stuff like control the speed automatically, but the brakes don't and slow me down on the highway and make me stop. So yeah, that's the plan. Since my speedometer worked all the way to work today, normally it fails halfway there, I decided to clear the codes, which I did. However, they immediately came back. But you can see right here, I ain't got no movement on the right side, which is not the side I replaced. I replaced the left side, so we're gonna have to order that sensor. So I got so many errors on my screen, it's now flashing. I'm gonna go to Costco where the gas costs less usually, and hopefully we won't be pushing the car. I think it's about 8-9 miles. We'll see. That's what I keep finding myself in rain, that I can't see it. And I love how I can see better with the camera than I can out the window. It's probably not the healthiest thing, but I've been giving her whipped cream and milk every day. So happy. Him, not so happy with this. I think he's disgusted. Well, the day has come. Kiwanis' annual rummage sale. This is like the 53rd or something. So something to look forward to each year. It just opened up an hour ago, so I'm a little late. This will be running 3 days. It used to run for like a month. It took over a school back there, and they moved it here. And each classroom was like a theme, like housewares, glasswares, etc. So we'll see what it is. Hopefully it doesn't rain. But it's basically all those buildings back there. I got some CDs. Sales in all 3 of those buildings. A little smaller than normal, but I'm going to be back later today. First month's JT Live, Eric Clapton, me and Mr. Johnson. Those are old Robert Johnson songs. And then Crossroads, all 3. I don't have that. Robert Cray, I think I just bought that last week. I'm not sure. Art Tatum, Stepping Out, Very Best of Joe Jackson. It looks like there's 2 CDs. Maybe there's some live. Don't have this one, Carly Simon. And then Day by Migration, I don't know what that is. My wife's gonna be mad at me, but Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. I don't have the 2-disc version. So Crowded House, always like them. And I have this, but the CD was damaged. So this one, we don't see any holes. Let me hold it up to the light, so that's a good sign. It's not scratched. Apparently there are different versions of this, like Japanese, or this one's made in the US, so maybe it is the one that should, but that one should play. So I have the case, just didn't have the actual CD. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. These are all unique ones, with except for 1 or 2, and I only paid $5 for all of them, and they're in good shape. What the hell? Why? A spigot with a squirrel? Maybe I need this. It's dense. This was waiting for me, my little shaggy DA. He's hungry. It's 8:30. Right? Time to eat? Go eat? Watch out for that cat. Let's go eat. Come on. Let's go eat. Yeah, cut your hair. Go on, go. Let's go eat. You ready? Let's get some food in you, some insulin. generic AGM batteries. That means it's an advanced glass mat. It's sealed and it can go upside down. Anyhow, it came today, so I got this last week. So this will allow me to leave this on the terminals when I put it in the motorcycle and have this cable here so I can charge it during the winter. Just keep it on a charger. And it's got some lights, so it's charging right now, so that's a good thing. So we're gonna let that charge, do a little bit of a lawn mowing thing. Where's that dog going? Okay, well, took it out for a spin and I went to the gas station, put 4 gallons in. I thought I smelled fuel leaking, and then I realized I did because I hadn't pushed this down. Gas cap, so it was just pulling stuff out. But the battery's fully charged, so that's good. I'm gonna leave that on there. I don't know if this is a tender charger battery. It's not a tender. Well, I'll have to look into that. I've got a little tiny maintainer battery charger somewhere down there. Popped the wheel off. One lug nut on the rear was really tight. The other 4 came right off. Also realized I had a low battery on my Zing Zing. So replaced the sensor there. Both sensors are made by ETK, I think. So they were the same sensors. So they may be the original ones. I don't know who makes those. I did manage to grab 2 LED lights from work that they were getting rid of. They're Philips light strips, and I'm going to put those up in the basement. There's 2 more at work. I know they're Philips because they say so. They got a weird driver, had extra wires, but I've stripped everything out, and I went ahead and plugged this into the test strip, and they're bright. We're not going to be in the dark here. So this will give me a couple things in my workshop. 1, will give me more light, but 2, it will give me the same even light. The ones I have different bulbs and different temperatures of the light, which people didn't used to care about. That wasn't really a thing. It was either yellow or white. But we got our LED driver test fixture here, so stick the wire in the plug. There's 1, and then there's 2, and yeah, that's bright. So we'll put those up later today. We're gonna go give the car a spin, check, make sure the sensors work. It'd be nice to get rid of all those idiot lights. Some of the lights just disappeared all by themselves when I was backing up, so that's a good sign. What do we got here? Dynamic stability. Read data stream. TSC, wheel speed sensors, all items. Okay, so since we're not moving, that looks right. All right. Look, we got 4 sensors. Front right. One of these needs to get replaced. Well, we're gonna go bang on it, but that's looking better. Yeah, gotta reset these other codes now. Down to 1. That's a tire pressure one. I've never had that one go off. I've never had the sensors working. Well, that didn't last long. Sure enough, through the codes, and then I checked in the rear one that I just replaced. It was showing like 1/10 the revolutions the others were. So I'll have to pull that out. I bought a Chinesium, but it got really good reviews. It wasn't like complete crap. So I have pretty good faith that that's not the sensor. And it was working initially, so we'll pull it out, check it. Maybe we'll spin the wheels and see what's going on back there too. So as you can see, there's something wrong here. And it's barely reading, so I don't know. I'm going to take it out, maybe reseat it. Sounds weird. Maybe I didn't get plugged in properly. Let's having a struggle of a time getting it plugged in. It's reading something. It's a lot of shopping today. I got to take a nap. So this I bought it in a garage sale for $10, this pile. Those are Jorgensen's, by the way. Then this was $10, $5, and $5. So I will unbox those. Those are got from the Kiwanis rummage sale. Gotta make a little room here. $10 box. So these are Jorgensen's again. They're really good. They're made in the U.S., but they're gonna need some work because they're kind of rusty. That one works. This one doesn't. This is a brush sprinter. So this will be an action photo. Pull this back. Just the basic idea. Got a brush with it too. This is pounding on dents. I'm going to be using this in the next week or two on my parents' gutters. They have not aluminum gutters, lightweight, not plastic gutters, breakable, but they have galvanized gutters. And a tree limb fell on them, so I'm hoping to smash that in there. I have one of these, but I don't have one of these in metric. At least I don't think it's metric. You pick whatever size you want. It's like all the wrenches. This is just cute. She's stainless steel. She's got a patent. She's a lockjaw. You just got to. Then a Craftsman pair. I don't have that. This is the world's largest, heavy-dutyest tack puller. Some gloves, stripping gloves, in case you want to get into stripping. This looks like a special hammer for bricklaying. It's an E-swing, and it's got unique points to it. Dowling jig, mostly because it's good to have the drill bit, and it's just a kit ready to go. And then this was a fine Turbo Max. These are good drill bits, and they're all there. So that was the first. So this was in the office media book area. So a Zebra refill. I have a Zebra pen, so that'll be handy. Some Blu-rays, Gravity, Defiance, haven't seen that one. Hugo, sounded interesting. And then this is Portal 2. It's actually a game for PC Windows. Sarah Vaughan, Mercury Records, sings George Gershwin. How can you go wrong? So I did get one. It's been inspected too, so this should be interesting. And the record's in great shape. Far Side, you know. Thought I saw my father-in-law's favorite one in here. Oh, love these things. Crunchy on the inside, chewy center. Trading for a living because, you know, someday. That was $48 originally. And then Venice still wants to go to Venice. Then we got some CDs. Pat Metheny Group, the Rippingtons. I don't think I have that one. Ellington. This one's still shrink wrapped. Dulcer, Hammer Dulcer, because I could. Spyro Gyro, more jazz. Tokyo Blue, what a name. And then this one's still sealed too. And this is GRP, which is really good recording. Water bottle, because I could. Then some picture, because Joe's new printer, she can do photos. So you need a paper though. And this is just for fun, t-shirt transfer, and then labels, because you never know when you want to print some labels. So yeah, that was $5. Yeah, I think so. Do as well in the clothing department, but I got some broken in but really nice East Wing shoes. Those probably be good for when you're cutting late in the grass or working outside. Then I got a couple t-shirts. There's a Cleveland Clinic. She's red, makes sense. Heart. So then we'll do the last box live. So plastic dip. So hopefully it works. So basically you spray a powder coating and then WD-40. You can't go wrong with that. Then I got this miscellaneouses. So inner tube goes garage. Goes to the garage. Tape measure. So yeah, just because I needed another one. No, didn't. Electrical boxes. They're going to be running some electricities in the near future for some 220 things up yonder. So I got those. This is for when your box doesn't fit the drywall properly. Compression valve, because you never know when you need one. Random pipe fittings. I could have used this in my parents' installation of the water heater not too long ago. That wasn't almost free. GFCI. A dimmer switch with a light on switch on it. So yeah, I might be using that upstairs so I can dim my lights. Another sleeve, low voltage, plop this in there and you run your low voltage cables through. Then a Hubble, she's 30 amp 220. This eventually I want to get, you know, one of them backup generators and plug it into the back. Hence some of the wiring. So I'd be bringing 220 from there to the back for an air compressor. Then I'd have a socket place to plug in and back feed electricity. Just a heavy duty light switch, because I'm thinking I'm still fighting my weird grounding problem, and I'm thinking when I get my charge deleting station here, I was thinking about putting a switch into their outlet, and then I can flip those on and off so they're not on all the time. I could put a power strip in there, but when you get a free switch, you know, let's go. So basically I would put a switch in somewhere around here and then wire all these to there, because now I got my slow blower battery, my battery charger for the Ergo. I got battery chargers, I got a battery tender, and it'd be nice to just flip those on and off. Yeah, so I don't really need a 30 amp for that. Probably won't use a 30 amp, but you never know. Oh, 20 amp. This is a 30 amp. So yeah, that's not the world's biggest haul. Oh yeah, and another. And I think this has got the old, I'm going to stay running forever. So that's kind of cool. And then a box. This box will be handy if I use it over there, because you just tie it to the stud and then you back it. We just tied it to the stud. Just nailed there. And it's already got a hole in there. Knockout. So that's good. Yeah. So I think I'm going to work on cleaning these up and getting those free. So I'm going to take the wire wheel and just clean those up and say some WD-40. Just kind of clean those. You know, what do you call it? Retrofit? No. Refurbish. Yeah, I'm going to refurbish them. The one that was already loose is fine. I cleaned it up and oiled it, and she's good to put back in service. This one, however, as you can see, is quite rusted and the wooden piece broke off. So I'm not sure what we're going to do here. I think these are beyond saving. Maybe I'll just burn this. I don't know. Then the other one, well, the other one I got free on one side, and I cleaned that up. Then I put a bunch of WD-40 down the other side. And I even took some pipe wrenches and grabbed on the middle of the threads and the end of the threads, and I could not get that to budge. So I got some Panther P, PB Blaster, and I soaked it. Now the PB Blaster, the can's dead. She don't spray no more. She's got no tss. So I poked a hole in her, because that's what you do. There's my hole right there. And you just kind of ease her on over, and she drips out wherever you don't want her to go. So yeah, that's working well. So probably need to drain the rest of it out. I drain out WD ones that don't spray anymore and put them in there. But PB Blast a little better. And there's a little puddle inside there, so I'll let that soak. I did both sides. I tried to remove this one out all the way, because I'm feeling if I could get this separated from that, like meaning not tied here, then I'd only be breaking free one side. Maybe I can get enough to power and grip to break one side, but not two at the same time. But I couldn't because this expanded and this was hitting over here and it wouldn't unthread. Plus one thread's in and one thread's out. They're opposite threads, so I'm not even sure technically this is possible, because this will hit here. Although they got to put it together somehow, so maybe it is. The wood's fine. Just need to, there's just a little crack down here, but I can glue that back together once I get it working. So I'm going to let that soak. A little disappointed, because I thought that wasn't going to be a big deal. Okay, well, I hooked up one light. And that's one. And that's the other one. So that's LED. But I kind of like the yellow light on this one more. So we're gonna go ahead and swap that out. That one's good. This one, I can't get LED bulbs to work natively. So, interesting to see how bright this will get in a few minutes. Okay, there we go. Two matching lights. So there's one more of these at work. Not sure if I'm gonna use it. I was thinking maybe another one down here. You know, but then I'd have to run a wire up there and dead balls going up there. Maybe I don't want to do that. I don't know. I'm gonna think about that. Probably will do it because that would just make sense. But yeah, definitely brighter, and it's a yellow light. The other light was a blue light, so I like that. This is my backup auxiliary light. Yeah, I can see another one here because it's super bright over here. So tomorrow I gotta finish this frame for the second pegboard for Joe. It was way too hot today and humid. We're doing our Sunday morning, turning everything back on. Our product doesn't automatically turn back on by default, so that's what I do. The servers should be on. I do want to check out one of my servers. I got a password for this. It's enter. I got everything upstairs pretty much buttoned down, but the CT systems went down as well. So we got an emergency power off system. So when you're doing an X-ray or a CT, you gotta hit the go button. But there's also an emergency stop if you're scanning and you want to stop. But there's also an emergency stop. This turns off all the power. However, it also turns on all the power as well. So if you don't hit that button, your system won't start. So yeah, now we got power to our what we call the power distribution unit, and now our little computers to drive the 2 screens are booting. This system has its own UPS, but it doesn't appear to be on. It's probably very unhappy. It's online power, so it's charging. That's where the emergency disconnect. So basically when I hit that button, it closes some contacts in there, which allows the 480 to go through. Good to know that the lighting's still working. You know, this is redundant. So yeah, we're gonna go for a balloon ride here, or maybe we'll go fishing or Chinese paradise. That seems appropriate. Oh, good. What that says. You got screens up there. Anywho, let's turn the computers on. Turn that on. This alarm system was going, so basically it beeps forever if there's a power loss, which is super cool because the people next door can hear it and they usually complain because they get tired of hearing beep, beep, beep in their conference room. So that's good. So we'll go ahead and boom on that. This one's got a battery backup. Now she's got power. Well, turn on, little guy. Why didn't you turn it on? Seems somebody left their USB. She's not happy. Here we go. So, yeah. Looks like somebody left their screwdriver there. It's my screwdriver. Wow. So how are we doing over here? Oh, we're gonna go full circle on this and log in and see if we can generate some X-rays today. Why is there a zip tie down there? It's not a zip tie. It's a zip tie remnant. The next thing we got is turn this key to start the gantry, so we know that that's working because I don't know why we know that's working, because the screen changed and because there's now lights here. So I can move the table maybe and out. No, she's still spinning up. So while that's spinning up, we're gonna start what's called the workflow. That's the software that controls the scanner. And from here we can do a directory, and that will tell us if it's talking to the recon computers. Well, my group's responsible, you know, those computers. So let's see, aha! So that is okay. And these are previous jobs that have been done, like, you know, Stegosaurus. A lot of people like the Stegosaurus. So maybe we can, well, basically, that's already done. So we'll go to studies. We want a Stegosaurus. Ooh, there's a Stegosaurus bone. There's a lizard bone. That's down here. So these are just like previews. There's a tooth. A raptor. Andre the Skull. Okay, so this is still going. That's great. hitting the numbers. Oh, the table's moving very slowly. There we go. Okay. So, what are we gonna do? We're gonna do an anonymous, and it's gonna be a male. It's gonna be head in. I'm gonna pull the table back out. Come on, table. There we go. We're gonna do a thorax. Oh wait, it's an adult. We're gonna do a thorax. We're gonna do chest, abdomen, and pelvis. Okay. And yeah. Oh, to minus 30. I don't know what that means. I just move things until it's happy. Minus 30. Well, help me understand. Just hit random buttons here. Oh. I see what I did wrong. Yeah, let's keep going. I think I told to head out. There we go, to head in. Okay, so we'll hit the go button. She's happy now. Should see something going on there. Hit the X-ray button. Oh yeah.
Breathe in and hold your breath. Breathe.
Hey, there we go. We got X-rays. So that's a phantom. Obviously, we don't scan live people because you scan them, they don't stay live very long. So now I can then gestulate where we're going to go and hit go, and then it's going to do the full scan. So that was called a preview scan. Well, this is still preview scan. I don't know why it's still preview. Oh, because I change-related it? I don't know. I know about this much of this system. At some point, it's gonna say go. No, it still says initializing. Meanwhile, there's a balloon on the wall, so that's good. Hit the wrong button, but it did do the scan, and then these are the individual slices as it went through the body, and then I could hit final recount, but I don't need to because I've already seen what this looks like. So yeah, back at the egg. Viewer. There's our egg. She's a dinosaur egg. Make it bigger. There's a way to do something to this. I don't know how. I think if I unselect all these, just select this, and these are all the images. So those are all little slices of the egg. And yeah, what did we just do? Okay. There's a way to make this look pretty and do things. Oh, it's only loaded one image. This takes forever, so we're just gonna leave that be. So anyhow, things work. Time to go home. I had to go to work, as you saw, and I stopped at a garage sale, because that's what I do. Got me almost a full bottle of muriatic acid. This is used for etching concrete, and at some point I'm going to finish painting, epoxy painting the original, the old new downstairs. Got one of these, which is ironic because I broke the one I fixed. It's twice now. It's just a spray head. Got this for iced tea, like the glass, not big on the plastic kind. I got some miscellaneous tools, so got me a Gator Grip. Basically, you put the sandpaper in here, and then you got a block. Some wire couplers. This I got for the case. Then I found a few more drill bits, so I was able to populate some of it. Basically, it's really handy when you just grab a whole bunch of drill bits. I don't, oh, those aren't on there. So basically, I'm going to go through my drill bits and populate this so that I have a set. But it's a nice set, a little wet. This is an OEM, but what it really is a spark tester. So you can test your spark and you can move it in and out so you can see how strong your spark is. So that can be handy. This is a Lone Wolf. It's a dual aid. It's basically blowing shit up. Now it's for starting a car. You put these on the solenoid, an older car, and you can do it without having to go inside. This, I'm not sure what this is for, but feeler gauges. I don't know why they're so colorful, but I need 8mm, different sizes. That should be a 10. That, I don't, 6mm, 4mm, 2mm. I don't know. I noticed in my old one, the mirror's cracked, so this will be handy. What can I see? Then these are just cute. Just threw them in the bag. Just always good to have some force snips for foreskins. No, for taking little electrical things apart or wires. So yeah, it was an offer sale, so I offered $10 and figured that's a fair deal. So now time to clean them up and put them away. Well, I soaked it overnight and I got this one loose now, so she does move. She won't go any closer than that because I munged up the threads, but that was the only way I could get it to turn, is to put a pipe wrench on it. I did the middle one so that you could use the outer range, and I also tried here. That didn't help either. I initially tried here, but I just couldn't get it to go. But this side's really loose. This side, well, she works, but I got to get it off the cross threads because I went in too far. I don't have a tap for this, I don't think. I'm gonna take a look, maybe I do, but they seem like they're square threads. You see how the top and hands, they're not as pointy as a regular thread. Line and hands, see how that's got more of a tip to it. So I don't think I have a thread for that. That's done usually for, I don't know why they do that. Strength maybe, probably. I do, so I can use it out to here, which is pretty ideal. I do need to come back and fix this crack, so I'm gonna let it sit for a day or two. Then I'm gonna clean it with some alcohol, then jam some glue in there and clamp that down. Part of that happened because I didn't realize I had this clamped and the piece was pushing this up. It cracked it in several places, so should work. And plus, I didn't pay much for it. This lasted but a day. The way that this ball valve works is this screws on there, and if you look inside, there's a ball, and then there's a little plastic seal here, nylon seal, and when you turn this, it shuts the water off, and when you turn it back, it opens it up. One of the advantages of a ball valve is it's easy to tell when it's open because it's either straight or it's at 90 degrees, and because it's chrome on nylon, it's usually easy to turn versus a rubber valve, and when it's open, it's fully open. You got a full path. Well, that's not open all the way, but I don't really care. So anyhow, I think what I need to do is drill the rest of this out, slide this over here, down there, and then flare this, so give it a rounded edge so that it, when I tighten it, it tightens up to there. So I'm going to give that a go because I think that's the way it was. Well, we're going to try something different. I'm going to bake-a-late a pizza on the grill. Let's see, 700 degrees, 450, 700 degrees, 450. Okay, I think we're gonna let that cool off a little bit first.